Management requirements. What are some requirements of management per SOX 2002? Well, the issuer must disclose whether or not it has adopted a code of ethics, something to memorize, for its senior financial officers, but it does not need this code of ethics for other employees, right? You don't need a code of ethics for the fry cooks. I mean, I guess, they have their own code of ethics. Make sure you cook the food through and through. Don't, wear a hairnet and all that. So you don't need a code of ethics for the audit committee or the audit staff. It's an explicit rule of SOX to have a code of ethics for the senior financial officers. Awesome. If the company has not adopted a code of conduct, the issuer must disclose the reasons why not. Hey, we're writing it up. We'll have it ready in a month. That's the best example I have of why they wouldn't have one. Yeah, not your concern to worry about why not. And the code of ethics that this company has, that the issuer must have, must promote compliance with laws and regulations. It's fair, right? It's fair. That makes sense. Fair and accurate financial reporting, and honesty and integrity in handling conflicts of interest. Again, all sounds pretty reasonable. Management signed representations on financial reporting. Kind of mentioned this before as well. Well, we want the CEO, CFO to be responsible for their own companies. At Enron, when this happened, that was not what was happening. The executives were not taking responsibility for what was going on. In fact, they were perpetrating part of this fraud. Well, to combat that, SOX requires that any annual and quarterly reports filed with the SEC, the Securities and Exchange Commission, have to be signed by the CEO and CFO. That's it. Just got to sign it. And they say they take personal liability for them. These representations include that they have read the report. I would hope so, but hey, they're busy people, I guess. The CEO and CFO, they might not read it. Maybe they just want the executive summary. But anyway, they have to sign and say that they read it. The representation that the report does not contain any untrue statements or omit any material information. Well, we want to make sure that everything said there is true and that there is nothing true that is not included. The report fairly presents the financial condition and operations of the entity. And makes sense. Just points to memorize for yourself. We need to make sure the representation includes that significant deficiencies in internal controls, material weaknesses, and fraud have been disclosed to auditors and the audit committee. We're covering all our bases here, making sure that everything is covered, everything is disclosed. We don't want another repeat of what happened. And lastly, when they sign this, they say that the CEO and CFO are responsible for establishing and maintaining the effectiveness of internal controls. This is something you might see actually when you take the audit exam a lot. They love to say that it's the auditors or some other people who are responsible for maintaining the effectiveness of the internal controls. Nope, it is management. It is CEO, CFO level. It is senior management there. We're almost there. We got a few more slides. Keep powering through. I'm having a good time. I hope you are as well. This one is not too bad. Nothing crazy, right? Well, per SOX 2002, management's report on internal control includes a statement of management's responsibility to establish and maintain adequate internal controls. Awesome. And this, didn't we just talk about this? Well, this is the report on internal control. So back here, we are signing our annual and quarterly reports, so our just financial statements that we present, we're signing them and saying that we're responsible for those internal controls. This is a separate report on internal controls that they need to present. It's a separate document saying, hey, yes, our internal controls are great. We'll talk about more as we go on here. Okay, yep, we have responsibility to establish and maintain internal controls, a statement that the auditor has attested to and reported on management's evaluation of internal controls. Now, again, what's going on there is management says, hey, our internal controls are great. The auditor comes in and says, the auditor tests them and tests what the management said. But at the end of the day, the management is still the individual or the people who are saying that the internal controls are sound. The auditor is just backing up what the management says. Lastly, a conclusion on the effectiveness of the entity's internal controls. What does it not include, this special report? Well, a statement that there are no disagreements between management and the auditor on the effectiveness of internal controls. If this sounds oddly specific, well, that's because it's been asked before, it's been talked about. Just keep in mind what should be on this report and what should not be on this report. Hey there! Are you ready to not only pass your CPA exams, but truly understand and enjoy the material while studying? I know it seems impossible, right? Especially to enjoy the material? We'll do it together. Tap into the power of CPA.examprep.ai, where we've got personalized quizzes, multiple choice questions, memorization guides, flashcards, simulations, all tailored to your learning. Our adaptive study planning puts you on the fastest path to success and lifts you back up if you fall behind. Avoid wasting your precious time and money attempting an exam with a low chance of passing, because who wants that? We want to get you through this process as quick as possible. Our exam readiness prediction lets you walk in with confidence, knowing that you're prepared for success on exam day. Thankfully, there's no payment method needed to get started, so why don't you come join us? Visit cpa.examprep.ai and let's achieve your exam success together.